The Queen won't attend this year's Epsom Derby, according to insiders. This absence would mark the fourth time in 75 years Her Majesty has not watched the Derby in person. The decision not to head to Surrey for the Derby has been taken in light of the COVID-19 restrictions still in place, the Daily Telegraph reported. The publication reported sources have suggested that restrictions on how many people Her Majesty would be able to have as guests in the royal box during the race largely contributed to her decision not to go this year. As Britain is currently in the second-last step of the roadmap launched by the government earlier this year to reopen the country following the third national lockdown, the rule of 6 still applies to indoor hospitality. Similarly, masks continue to be mandatory in indoor venues, unless people are consuming drinks or food. The royal box at Epsom Derby can host up to 50 people in 10 guests. An insider told The Telegraph, "It's a derby, but it's not a traditional derby day. It's not going to be what it normally is, so the Queen has decided she would rather watch it at home." Tomorrow, when the Epsom Derby takes place, members of the public will be welcomed back on the turf. The number of people admitted to the ticketed area will be largely reduced to a quarter of its usual capacity. The hill where up to 100,000 horse racing enthusiasts normally stand to watch the Derby will be closed. The Daily Telegraph reported the Queen will likely be absent from Royal Ascot too later this month, but may decide to attend specific days if she has a horse running. Contacted by express.co.uk, Buckingham Palace did not comment on whether the Queen will be at this year's Epsom Derby and Royal Ascot. Together with Royal Ascot, the Derby is one of the most anticipated events in the Queen's diary. She first attended the race in Surrey in 1946, the year before marrying Prince Philip. So far, she has missed it only 3 times, including last year, when the race was held behind closed doors due to the COVID-19 crisis. The Queen first ditched the Derby in 1956, when she carrying out an official visit to Sweden. Almost 3 decades later, in 1984, she missed the race again, as she was marking the 40th anniversary of D-Day. While the Queen is reportedly set to skip tomorrow's Derby, she has included next year's race in the celebrations of her Platinum Jubilee. According to plans released earlier this week by Buckingham Palace, the Queen and her family will watch in person the 243rd running of the Derby on June 4, 2022. The Derby will fall in the middle of the 4-day bank holiday weekend, during which the firm and the UK will celebrate the 70 years of the monarch on the throne. The Epsom Derby represents the only major horse racing event the Queen has so far failed to win. Over the past decades, her horses have finished 2nd, 3rd and 5th in the race.